Hey, everybody, my name is Travis Dillard, and I'm one of the founders of the Zero to 100 Tribe. And I'm excited that you are about to register for this webinar, The 3 Little Known Secrets to Scaling to Millions in Real Estate in Under 3 Years. And as the subtitle says, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to start with a bunch of money. You don't have to wait till you're old and crusty, like when you're 65 or 70. And you certainly don't need a fancy degree from an Ivy League school. Okay, so what is this webinar all about? It's basically us condensing what we've learned over 20 years into a 60 to 90 minute webinar. This is everything we've learned over the years, not only our own journey, but probably more importantly, we've studied a lot of investors that have achieved true scale in their real estate portfolio and achieved true freedom, which I'll talk about in a second. And we looked at what they did, we compared to what we did, and we condensed it into this webinar. So you're going to take away a lot of really good information here. So just a quick background on us, like we spent 20 years dabbling in 1, 2, 3 unit properties with minimal cash flow, a few $100s a month, only to see maybe that cash flow get wiped out with an HVAC replacement or losing a tenant or something like that. And so this is all about like, what do you do? What are the steps you take to actually scale a meaningful real estate portfolio? When I say meaningful real estate portfolio, like it generates true passive income that replaces all of your living and lifestyle expenses. What is passive income? Well, that's not buying jobs. That's not land banking. We're not talking about flipping. We're not talking about development. If you're into that stuff, that's awesome. Airbnbs, all that stuff. If you're into that, great. But we're definitely not the webinar for you. Okay. But if you're interested in true passive income and you're actually interested in learning how to scale quickly, that's the other thing. A lot of people feel like scaling a portfolio to actually achieve true time freedom is going to take 20, 30 years. It's not actually. These tactics are actually pretty simple. The 3 tactics that we're talking about in this webinar, it's not rocket science. You don't need an MIT degree. It's just basic actionable things that we learned to actually generate outsized cash flow returns and to do it and to build a real estate portfolio that's pretty quick, right? And so we'll get into the webinar, but we're going to be talking about things like force appreciation and lazy repositions and the velocity of capital and the profit to time ratio, all the things that we're putting into a nice, tidy package. I guarantee you won't regret joining this webinar. You'll walk away with some actionable steps, things that you can actually do to get started if you haven't started, or things you can do to get unstuck. At the very least, you're going to walk away with a mindset of, oh my gosh, this is actually way more simple than I thought. I actually can achieve this. I can use the vehicle of real estate investing to generate time freedom. What's time freedom? Again, is generating enough passive income to cover all of your living and lifestyle expenses. And if you have jobs, hopefully you can quit. And from there, we call that retirement number 1 or R1. And from there, you can, go retire, or perhaps you want to go to R2, R3. You want to go scale a portfolio bigger. Maybe you want to go be philanthropic. You want to travel the world, whatever it is. But the hardest part is breaking through that first wall. That's getting that 40, 50, 60 hours a week back and quitting your day job. Because once you have that much time, then the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so that's what the webinar is about. It's about actionable items that's going to help you scale a real estate portfolio that generates outsized cash flow returns and allows you to hit R1 or retirement number 1 and actually retire. So join the webinar. Make sure you make it. I promise you, you won't regret it. Thanks.